What up, people? It's Nickopz here, and today I'm going to be going over every cameo I feel like needs to be changed in Mortal Kombat 1. I'm going to be going into the cameo, like picking them in the game here, and breaking down what I feel like needs to be changed about them and all the changes that are going to help the game become more interesting and fun to play. And I've been saying for the longest, I feel like personally, the cameo system is what ruins this game. Not the fact that the cameo system is ruining the game. The implementation of the cameo system was not done right. There are just so many cameos that are so much better than the others, and there's no reason to use certain cameos at all. I'm not one of those people who think, oh, just take cameos out of the game. No, not that at all. I think they need to make a lot of them better. And I'm going to be doing NRS's job for them and breaking down what they need to do to each cameo that needs love. Because the fact of the matter is, there are so many cameos in this game that are just not worth using, and they need to do something about that. Now, they are taking a step in the right direction with the latest two cameo releases, Chameleon and Janet Cage, but what they are doing is flooding all in with even Trimmer. What they're doing is they're flooding these cameos with a whole bunch of moves when they can buff some of the cameos that need help. You don't need to flood all of the moves that need to be spread out across the cast of cameos into three different cameos. I don't think that's a smart thing to do, in my opinion. And I'm going to be breaking down each cameo I feel like needs to be changed. And right now I'm going to put up a picture on the screen of every cameo I feel like doesn't need to be changed. So right here, every cameo that I have crossed out, I feel like all of these cameos are in a decent spot. Well, a really, really good spot. I think these are the really, really good cameos. Two I want to talk about, like Darius right here. I think Darius can be debated, but I feel like he has a lot of nuance to him, so I'm not going to talk about him too much now because he got buffed and it's looking like people are figuring out stuff with him. So I'm not going to talk about him right now. And also Shijinko, like that's just a weird quirky assist. Like that assist not worth talking about at all, honestly. So every assist that you see crossed out, I think all these assists are in a good spot. So without further ado, let's get into every assist I personally feel like needs to be changed. All right, so the first character we're going to start with is Scorpion. Now, Scorpion is personally one of those characters I feel like they did a good job with one of the buffs to him. The cameo, making this overhead safe, was a very, very good thing to do, and it was a big deal. It did improve this cameo a lot, but it did not improve it enough, in my opinion. So, of course, he can, do the stuff like the low into the overhead or just let the overhead rock now because it's safe. But at the end of the day, it's still a 30 frame overhead. It's very reactable, and it is a good thing to have. Don't get me wrong, but like I said, I don't personally think it's enough. So, but him having, you know, that right there, and having access to crazy damage to the different fireball locations, that's very good. But it's not enough to complete him, in my opinion. So, since Scorpion is the starting point of talking about what's wrong with a lot of assists in the game, let me break down again what I feel like is wrong with so many of the assists in the game. I feel like the problem with a lot of assists in the game is simply the fact that there's not enough ambush assists and there's not a lot of reasons to use assists that don't have ambushes in the assists. In a lot of other cameo games, what NRS considers an ambush assist is considered a normal assist in all other assist games. But for some reason, NRS has ambush like as a special assist that shouldn't be used that much, and if it is used, then there's usually repercussions for how strong it is. While I agree with that, I still feel like at the end of the day, if they want that to be the main thing of this game, there needs to be more ambush assists, and the assists that aren't ambush assists need to be strong enough to make up for the fact that they're not ambush assists. And if you don't know what an ambush assist is, it's basically when you can still do the assist while you're doing a move. So the change I have in mind for Scorpion is very simple. Now hear me out. This move right here, I think this move should be a 1-bar assist, but I think this should be an ambush assist. That way, you could do moves like this or something and then get called into the assist, or just crazy stuff like that. Or if they block it, you get called back. Now, yes, it's obviously very strong. I think that is a very strong thing, but you're going to have to understand what I'm saying with all these ambush assists and all the assists in the game. I feel like a lot of them should be that strong so we can have more variety and a reason to use other assists. So yeah, that's the only change I feel like needs to be made to Scorpion assist. I feel like this pull should be an ambush assist, and you should be able to use it with, strings when you're in the middle of them, and a string that would usually be unsafe, you would just get pulled back, but it would take a whole bar. Now, I do think that is a crazy good assist, and that, since that's the first thing I'm saying, some people already might be clocked out now, like, oh no, that's too much. No, I don't think it's too much when you're comparing what I'm gonna say with all the other assists. Now, the other assist change is to Cyrax. Cyrax was an assist that basically led the charge on what being a dumb assist was in this game. And in my opinion, they overly nerfed him, because now you barely see anybody using Cyrax unless they're using it on Kenshi. So the change I feel like that needs to be made to Cyrax, honestly, is I think this move just needs to go. Like, just straight up take it out of the game, because this move is all he needs. And I feel like them making this move 1 bar was way too much. This should be the, okay, well, I'm going to use a Kameo that I know is strong, but I'm willing to take some weaknesses somewhere. So those weaknesses, I feel like the ability to just be able to do something like that should be gone. Because honestly, it's not that good anyway. It was only good combined with this, or being able to do a block string sequence into that. So with that being changed, I feel like they should make this back to 1/2 bar again and just take this away. But to compensate for that being removed, I feel like that they should make this move better. I feel like this should have like 2 versions. Like, you see this one right here is you're just shooting them and it takes 1/2 bar. Matter of fact, no, I think it should only have 1 version. I think they should just speed the net up and let it recharge faster, so it could be used in like zoning wars. So you'd be scared to zone them out. So basically, you picking this Kameo, the archetype it will fall under is anti-zoning, and I have my dumb assist call. That's it. He doesn't really need the combos, because he gets a grab combo and he gets the access to 1/2 bar, the 1/2 bar Kameo assist, and something to deal with anti-zoning. I think they should make the net faster. I feel like that will be fair, so they could just take this away. So honestly, I was thinking they should just revert Cyrax back to normal, but we don't want something that crazy in the game again. So I feel like them just taking this away, but buffing the net and reverting this would be enough to compensate for this being gone. Because yes, this is good, and it did add a lot to him, but it still has some random factor in it and all of that. So I feel like that being gone wouldn't be such a big deal to get all that to get this back, this move back that lets you do crazy chip sequences and let you make so many things safe that weren't safe. Now, let's move on to Sector and Serena. Now, what I feel like needs to be changed about Sector is very simple. I feel like Sector is just way too slow. I feel like he can be one of the best assists in the game, and he does have this good ambush right here, but it's just too slow. You have to do so much to set up his rockets for combos, and you have to do so much to set up the pressure for his ambush just not to be rewarded enough when you could just use somebody derp like Striker or Kano. So it's just not worth using Sector right now. So I feel like with these changes, I'm going to suggest that it's going to make him worth using. So this right here, I feel like this should just be instant. Now, how to make it instant, that I don't know. I don't know if this part where he comes out and like stretches and then lets the rocket out. I never realized how goofy that looked, but I feel like this part should come out much faster. Either the rocket should drop down faster, or the part where he's doing a little pose should be faster. It just takes way too long for this rocket to get set up. That's like 1, 2, like that's all. That's like 2.5 seconds for an ambush assist, and that's not even mentioning like this setup. He can get hit through all of that and just get knocked out of it. So I feel like that should be instant, and that would help him out a lot. There would be a reason to actually use Sector. Then, on top of that, I feel like they should change this move right here. Now, what needs to be changed with this move, it's simple. Like I said, Sector is just too slow. I feel like this move should be instant. I didn't even know this was 21 frames. Like, this should be much faster. I'm talking about, like, freaking 13 something, 12 frames. This should be the restand move of the game. And you see how that pushes you away? I feel like on the second hit, it should drag you closer. I don't care what they have to do lore-wise. I don't care if he has to run to the other side and push you with the fire. But this move should be faster and push you closer so you can do restand stuff. There should be an actual reason to use this move. Like, what am I going to do with something like that? Like, that pushes them way too far. It's only useful in the corner. I feel like it should be useful mid-screen too. And that's the simple change I feel like needs to be made to Sector. All right, now let's talk about Serena. I feel like Serena is an okay assist. Like, if you leave it alone, it'll be fine for what it brings to the table, but I feel like it's just a very boring assist to use. So I feel like to spice up the assist a bit, I feel like this move right here should be better. I feel like it's fine how it is. It's okay. It's whatever, but I feel like this should be a ambush assist, honestly. But the catch is, since I don't think she really needs it, just something to make her more fun, I think it should be an ambush assist that takes a whole bar. Like, yeah, you have it if you want it, but you don't need it. So it's not a very necessary change. It's just something to make it more fun because, everybody knows Serena assist is good. Like, it gets the job done, but it's like ultra boring to use. So I feel like just making this an ambush would add more fun to using the assist. But since it's not something she desperately needs, I feel like, making it a full bar, maybe you have to hold it for it to be the ambush, and just something there just in case you need it in the match, but not something you can abuse because you already have this, which is amazing, and this is amazing. But this is just something that would make the assist more fun. Now we're going to be talking about Sonia and Frost. Now, Sonia, I really feel like she got screwed over by Janet being added, because one of the reasons to use Sonya is because she had like this move right here. Well, she still has it obviously, but that gives her access to some really good damage with a lot of characters. But it's still like an ambush assist, but it's in the air, so you don't get a lot of utility with it. But the good thing about it was the damage, and it was unique until they put it on Chameleon and Janet. So there's no reason to pick Sonya just for this now. She still has the 14% grab, which is good, and the energy ring, but it's not enough. So something to help her out a lot, in my opinion, would be completely revamping this move. I think this move needs so much, and I feel like if they just make something on this move good, it'd make her worth using. And honestly, all I feel like needs to be changed with this move, I feel like this move should go much further. Like, that range for a 29 frame mid that's like not even really good, is just really bad. I feel like if a player wants to do like their long range button into this, it should hit. See how like this doesn't hit, or will even hit if I'm up close. Wow, yeah, that range is abysmal. It's actually abysmal. So I feel like they should do something with that move right there and make it worth using. And now I think what they should personally do, my suggested change is, like I said, it should go further, and also it should be a high to make up for the fact that it goes further, and it should only be like -6 or something with pushback. And if it hits, you should be able to jump and get a combo. That's my suggested change for it. I know it's a lot, but I feel like that would make her worth using. She already has her ambush, even though it's not all that good. She has the neutral control with the ring. She has the 14% grab. But like I said, I feel like this move is kind of useless, and them revamping that move, let me repeat it, make it go further, make it like -6 or something, and make it to when it launches you, you can like jump and you'll have enough time to do a jumping combo. I feel like that would do a lot for the move and make her worth picking, and just not like, well, if I want this, I'll just play Chameleon or Janet. Now, Frost is an interesting one. Frost is one I also think she's so close to being good and unique, but the and I feel like they want her to be good, honestly, but they're just not doing a great job at combining, like what's in her kit and everything. I feel like they should make this low right here safe. Now, this is an either or change. Either this right here, this move needs to become an ambush. Not that one. This one right here should become an ambush assist. Or they just make this low safe. That's it. That would make this character one of the most used assists overnight. Like, literally like how Scorpion is I'm safe overhead cameo, she should be I'm safe low cameo. That gets you a full combo. So, like I said again, Scorpion, he has the overhead that gives you a full combo and it's safe. If you want the low that gives you a full combo to mix it up in your strings and everything, I feel like Frost should be your pick for that. And there would be a reason to use her. Or if they don't want to do that, like I said, they could just make this an ambush assist. And that would easily fix Frost. Alright, now we're going to be talking about Jax. Jax is a character that was very popular when the game first came out because it was just easy access to dumb damage with the lifts. But with the change to the game to where if you use 2 assist calls in one combo and it takes forever to come back, that hurt him a lot. On top of that, they nerfed the ground slam, so it put Jax in a very, very bad spot right now. And I feel like there are a couple of changes they could do to make him worth using again. So first things first, this move right here, I think that should be like 20 frames, and it should keep its same properties up close, and it should be a projectile as well. That little wave, I feel like when he waves his hand or whatever, it should be a projectile that, you know, you can make plus or -1 or 2 if you want or something. But I just think it should be a good, fast projectile he can throw out in neutral. That's always been the problem with Jax assist. Even when it was good, it still had no type of neutral control at all. So I feel like them making this move right here a projectile would be very good, and it would make there be a reason to use it. Also, I feel like they could make this grab right here. It's already good because you can kind of like meter burn and get some damage and everything. But if he's supposed to be like Mr. Set Play character and everything, I feel like this grab should leave you very, very close. Like, I'm talking about very close and do 14. So this grab should do 14, and this projectile right here should be a very good projectile with like a big arc. That way you can kind of like, I don't know if it's fair if you can like walk behind it. No, I wouldn't say you should be able to walk behind it. It should just be a good fast projectile that's like decently plus, and give him a grab that leaves you really close so he gets good Oki and can kind of loop you, because that's always been Jack's thing in other games. He's always the corner loop person and the Oki monster. But he doesn't really have his identity in as an assist like how he was in other games. So I feel like that would just be a nice change to give him. And I can't think about what they could do with this because I feel like the nerf to this was like it was okay, but it was a little too far. I don't know what they could do to make that better, like completely. But I feel like it's in an okay spot. Maybe they can make it to where it doesn't hurt you as much. You know, maybe it just does like a fourth of that damage. That would be a really good change. So, like I said, Jax is in a very, very bad spot. So I feel like they should just give him anything at this point so we can see where they need to go with him and where he can find his identity as an assist. All right, and the last two we're going to talk about are Motaro and Trimmer. Now, I went ahead and skipped to these last two because I feel like there's a lot to talk about when it comes to Motaro, but I don't feel like there's a lot to talk about when it comes to Trimmer. So, we're going to be talking about Trimmer first. Just go ahead and get him out the way. The thing with Trimmer is I feel like Trimmer simply, and I mean very, very simply, just needs the ambush assist that he does to come back much faster. When he calls in a ambush assist and uses it, it takes way too long to come back, and that kind of makes him I don't want to say irrelevant, but unless you find some synergy with the ground pound move, honestly, when he does like that right there, he's really not worth using. I feel like they should make there be a reason to use his other combinations, and to fix that, I feel like the after he calls it in, it should just come back faster. That's it. There's not much to talk about with Trimmer. That's all. His ambush just takes way too long to come back. The whole idea with combining the ambush assist was a great idea, but it just takes too long to come back. It's simple as that. And that's like the same thing with Goro as well. Goro just simply needs like 3 seconds shaved off of his assist, and he'd be one of the meta assists in the game. Goro just takes absolutely too long to come back. So like I said, Goro and Trimmer are kind of in the same department. So I'm just going to bundle them two up and talk about them right there. So we can finally get into Motaro. Now, Motaro is the character I feel like needs a lot. I feel like Motaro is actually a very, very, very bad assist. And it's actually really a shame that Motaro is bad as he is, because this is a character you could definitely tell they want to be a meta assist, because when you use him, you only have 950 health if you look up there. And also, they recently just buffed this move to be Mega Plus on block. But if you use this move on block, yes, you're Mega Plus, and that's good, but at the end of the day, the move has a huge gap whenever you use it. Startup is 26 frames, so using that in block pressure is not that viable. So, I mean, everybody enjoyed this assist for a week when it got buffed, but when everybody realized it wasn't good enough, everyone dropped it, rightfully so. It's not good. Also, this move is good, but at the end of the day, like, it's only good on a select few amount of characters, that being like Reptile. He can get some acid spit loops, and what's that other character? Garrus. Yeah, it's good on Garrus because he can get the loops with the time stop. So, yeah, I guess you could argue it's really good on them, but even like with Reptile, Motaro ain't even his best assist, and Garrus, you know, Garrus can be used with other assists as well. At the end of the day, there's no character in the game that thrives really, really heavily off of Motaro. Maybe just Garrus, but at the end of the day, one character, that's just not enough. This assist is really bad, and on top of it being bad, it takes your health away. That's just absolutely unacceptable, and it's understandable why it's one of the least popular assists in the game. So, of course, I have a list of changes for Motaro. Now, I think that this should be a real projectile, and it should keep its properties. Like, it should still be Mega Plus, and it should be faster and a real projectile. I don't care if Motaro, matter of fact, nerf Motaro to where he gives you 900 health. Because if they want this assist cracked, well, I'm going to tell them how to crack this assist. So let's, first of all, Motaro, let's give you 900 health if you're using Motaro. So we're, NRS, y'all want this assist cracked? I'm going to help y'all out. We're going to give Motaro 900 health. We're going to make this move right here. And still Mega Plus. So this move is still going to be Mega Plus. And also it's going to have range. And it's going to be like 18 frames too. So we can close that huge gap it has. Then on top of that, I think this teleport should not take them behind you. I mean, the option is fine, but I feel like after he grabs you, you should be able to hold up and go into the air after the assist. You see, like, you know, or maybe just make it to where, like, if you jump and then whatever position you were when he grabbed you, you end up there. See how I can jump and he grabs and it goes back down? So either you can press up after this and you go like up in the air so you can kind of hit them with some jump in pressure, or make it to where wherever he grabs you from, you just come back in that position. So one of those changes, plus the 900 health, also with making this projectile much better. And I feel like that would make Motaro a very, very good assist. And if it doesn't work, because somehow, you know, even if that's not enough, I can suggest more changes if y'all don't think that's enough, because this assist needs a lot of freaking help. And I feel like with all of those changes, let me go over it again. Make him 900 health. We're going to make this move right here the same. But there's a new option where you can hold up after it and you'll be in the air. Also, we're going to shave the like frames off of this so the gap goes away, so you can still use this in pressure. So it's still Mega Plus in pressure. And then also it becomes a real projectile if you want to use it as that too. I feel like that would make this assist very crazy. Keep everything else he has. And there you go. This was my suggested change for every cameo that I feel like needs to be changed in the game. Let me know what you thought about the video in the comment section below. Are there some cameos you still feel like need to be buffed or nerfed despite what I said? Let me know in the comments below. I'm really interested in hearing what everybody has to say about the cameo system. And yep, that's pretty much it. This video took quite a bit to make. I had a lot of fun doing it. I want everybody to know I'm not slowing up on the... I am slowing up on the MK content, but I'm not going to stop making MK content at all. And yeah, that's just that. I am branching out to making content on other games, but I'm not leaving Mortal Kombat. So yeah, just making that very clear, because I've been posting other things on my channel for the first time in forever. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out all my links in the link tree, and Nickopz out.